I'm going to be covering hearing protection in this episode because I just got a brand new set of electronic earmuffs delivered just about an hour ago. And I'm really keen to have a look at them. But just before that, I got delivered my, finally, because it was on back order for a while from Cleaver, my SRK in San Mai. Whoa, yeah. Where's something I can cut? So they do come, some of them come razor sharp, I've noticed, from Cold Steel. Some of them come sharpish and you need to give them a bit of a lick. This one needs a bit of a lick, but oh yeah, it's a cutter. So, and I love the SRK. So I've got two now. I've got the cheapie in, what was it, whatever that, SK5, and so this is the San Mai in VG10, I think it is. Ooh, can't wait to use that. Yeah, excellent. Now, sorry about the sunny again, but bright lights. Sort of sun keeps going in and out of clouds. It's really weird. This year the weather has been so strange. Like, yeah, it's all over the place. Global warming. Yeah. In any case, so we'll get on to hearing protection, which is the main reason I'm doing this. I have tinnitus or however you want to pronounce it. So over the years, because of various professions that I've been in, especially at a young age and that, when there just was no PPE, personal protective equipment, there was no hearing protection, there was no eye protection, there was no gloves, nothing. When I started work, you know, as a young bloke, as a young man, there was no protection of any kind. So over the years, I've one day out of the blue, bang, I've just got these several tones just going off in my head constantly, 24 hours a day, all the time, and it does drive you a bit nuts sometimes, but yeah, there's not much you can do about it. As far as I know, there's no cure for it, because like there's a lot of millionaire musicians out there who can't get it cured, and if they can't get it cured, yeah, I've got Buckley's chance of getting it cured. So yeah, I've got Snowball's chance in hell of getting it cured. So as far as hearing protection, especially in a hunting scenario, it's not so bad, because typically, you know, unless you're just running into a mob of, you know, 100 pigs or something and just letting rip, you and other people who might be hunting with you are just letting rip, yeah, that might be a cause for hearing protection. But generally speaking, in a hunting scenario, you only might fire once, twice, like deer hunting or something like that. Now, even so, you should be wearing hearing protection. So I'll cover the hunting side of hearing protection in a second. But if you're at a range, when I go to the range, typically it's very strange. I'm never there alone. There's always heaps of people there, and some of them have some big shooters, you know, really loud, including myself sometimes. So I have to wear hearing protection. Just absolutely have to. The tinnitus has exacerbated my sensitivity to loud noises. So with the onset of tinnitus, loud noise, it drives me crazy. I can't handle it. I don't go to clubs and pubs and you know, concerts at all. I just can't handle it. Like literally, it's painful. So the first level of hearing protection that I use is these foam earplugs, which we get issued on the jobs that I do, and as soon as even before I step out of my car, I shove these in my ears just in case, because I hate nothing worse than just la-di-da and bang, you know, just drives me nuts. So I'll have these in pretty much straight away, unless I get there really early and I'm the first person there, or first or second person there. Otherwise, these go straight in. They go deep. Don't just have them. Oh, I see some people, they have them like hanging out, you know. Nah. Squish them up and shove them in deep. Yeah, so that's level 1. Now, the next level is earmuffs. You know, you can go really cheap. Although, I tell you what, electronic earmuffs now are really, really affordable. And, you know, the noise cancelling earmuffs, they're really worth getting. I don't use just ordinary non-electronic analog earmuffs. I just don't use them because the electronic earmuffs are so much better, noise cancelling earmuffs are so much better, and they've got microphones, so they amplify what you can hear when you do want to hear. So if you can stand wearing, earmuffs in a hunting situation, yeah, highly recommend them. Now, the first earmuffs that I got were these. They're a Chinese set. They're pretty. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. The noise cancelling, I think they're about. This was a few years back when I think this was a bit of a novelty. These were about $40 Australian, I think, delivered to my door, and they're not bad. One of the microphones doesn't work very well, or doesn't work at all. It's got twin microphones. One doesn't work at all. You do get a bit of, I don't know why, you do get a bit of feedback through it as well, so they're rubbish. I don't recommend them. If you see microphones that look like that, or if you see earmuffs that look like that, they do have a port, a jack. If you see them, they look like that, don't get them. They're rubbish from China. I mean, everything's made in China, but they're. Now, the second set that I bought, and I lashed out, and I think these cost, I bought it from the gun store, so it was a bit more expensive. I didn't buy them online. These are about $100 at the gun store, but I think you can get them for about $80, $90, something like $80, $90. They haven't really dropped in price. They're the Howard Light Impact Sports, and these are pretty good, but I've had them for like about 3 years or so now, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but all the rubberized crap on the pad, and the pad is not very padded at all. All the rubberized stuff is coming off because I live in a really humid environment, so anything that isn't made really sturdy just falls apart after a while. The other issue that I had with these is the actual battery compartment cover. There's only like a little clip that holds it, or is there two clips in there? Let's see. There's one on either side. There's just a little lug on either side, and the one on the bigger side, it snapped off not long ago. So just wants to fall off. So once that happened, I had the batteries don't fall out. They're quite tight in there, so you don't really need to have that cover on there. Although it is, pretty ruddy looking. But so after about 2.5, 3 years, these things have started to fall apart. The Howard Lights, and I know they're very, very popular. There's a lot of people that use them. I'll put those to one side. Now, just this morning, I got from Amazon. I got these on Amazon. There's paperwork for them. They are, I've opened it up, so not really an opening. They are, and I was online. I was looking, what looks good, what's decent, and I came upon these. These are the. Take these off so I can read it. These are the Walker's Razor Slim Shooter electronic muffs. Some French on there. Omnidirectional microphones, low noise frequency tuned for natural sound clarity, full dynamic range HD speakers for clear balanced sound, sound activated compression, 0.02 of a second reaction time, sound dampening composition housing, audio input jack, 23 decibel NRR, 2 AAA batteries. And it comes with 2 AAA batteries, so you're ready to go. Let's see, slim, low profile rubberized cups, ultra compact and collapsible, noise reduction rating, so that's NRR. Noise reduction rating, 23 decibels when used as directed. The range of noise reduction ratings for existing hearing protectors is approximately 0 to 30. High numbers denote greater effectiveness. Right, okay. Now, I had a look at some reviews, and some of the higher number rated sets of earmuffs, people had some disparaging things to say about them. They said that they weren't as good as they reckon they were. Now these cost me, surprisingly, I got these from Amazon from the United States, free shipping, because we have a sales tax included with all imported gear. So with including sales tax, so all in all, it cost me $62 for this set. Now just looking at them, they look really, really, really well made. Walkers is an American company. Where are they made? Does it say where they're made? Let me have a look. Pretty sure they were made in China, but where does it say they're made? Made in China. There you go. But the difference being that, and they're fully adjustable, the difference being that these things look much, much better made and sturdier than the Howard Lates. Sort of a rubberized plastic. There's a jack to plug external devices into. There's the volume for the microphones. There's the volume and noise cancellation. There's two microphones. They've got a mesh over them, which the others have got just foam, probably a mesh as well, but there might be foam inside because otherwise you're going to hear windy stuff and all that. I did put these on and I switched them on, and I'll extend these right out, and I switched them on, and wow, yeah, the amplification is 10 times better than the impacts and these Chinese things, these other Chinese cheap ones. Yeah, the amplification is amazing. If the performance of these things, as far as noise cancelling, is even close to the amplification performance of these things, I reckon they'll be really good. So I can't wait to go out in the field, at the range. I'm not going to use them in the field. I use them at the range because out in the field, EMFs are just too cumbersome and uncomfortable. Now, to change the batteries or to load the batteries, there's just come on, either side, pop them off, and they've got the actual clips are much bigger. I think it's much better. It's a slide on. Yeah, that's much more positive. It only takes two AA batteries. They're a little bit more comfortable than the Howard Lates. The Howard Lates, I found, because I've got a wide head, where they got I started to get a headache. And they were quite uncomfortable after a while. So it's going to be interesting to see how these go. But so far, yeah, I think they're fantastic. And it's $62 delivered to my door. You can't go past that. Now you get a warranty. You get a little instruction thingo, which you don't really need much instruction. You get a warranty little sheet that you're supposed to send back to Walkers. I'll probably just go online and register it. Put these back on because that light is crazy. So now, as far as out in the field, what I did was I really lashed out and I invested big time in these things. The Sporty Ghost Strike. They were marketed by Beretta, and I actually had the intention of, and they weren't cheap. I don't know if you can see that or not. $5.99. These things cost me $600. So yeah, they were a serious investment. But when you're hearing, I don't think you can make too big an investment on saving your hearing. Trust me, like young people, listen to me. I'm telling you from experience. How do you open this damn thing? Oh yeah. Now, so it takes really, really tiny. What are they? What batteries are they? 1.4 volt. Well, they're hearing aid batteries, and you can have a little carry case that you can carry out in the field. There's a few different types of ear, plug things that, depending on what kind of ear you've got. Like even in the case there, there's a few different plug doovers, and you can have them connected so they don't just fall out. So you can wear that around your neck so that you don't lose them. Once you connect to them, they just connect like that, cover them. They're sort of like a cover, so that if you are out in the rain, they don't, and the two of them go like that, so you don't lose them. So you can have that around your neck, so you don't lose them, because $600, they're essentially a hearing aid, really, because they do amplify. So you can just use them as a hearing aid, and they're quite small. Like, they're tiny. The problem is, I had the intention, when I bought them, I had the intention of using them at the range, for range shoots, because they're so small, Now, unless you get a pair of these that are perfectly fitted to your ear and block out all noise, except what's coming in through the microphones, they don't work. Okay, they just don't. They work, but the problem is that out in the field, in a hunting situation, they'd be great, because as long as there's typically when you're hunting, there isn't going to be someone standing right next to you. All right, especially, definitely not when I'm hunting. It's get away. So as long as someone is not literally next to you, which is what happens when you're at the range, you're on the bench and there's a guy right there, like a couple, 3-4 feet away, banging away. In that situation, nah. Doesn't work. Trust me, it doesn't work. In a hunting situation, shouldn't be a problem, because if you're the only person that's shooting, that noise is going out the muzzle in front of you and away from you. They're fine like that. They work great, right? But if someone is actually next to you or behind you, let me tell you, nah. Their ability to kill that sound, they just don't have it. And $600, it was a serious investment. So I'm not going to try to polish a turd here. They just don't work in a range situation. In a hunting situation, highly recommend them. But if you think that you're going to buy these things and you're going to take them to the range and you're going to be fine, you're going to be sadly mistaken, and you're going to go, oh God, what have I done? Because it's exactly what happened to me. I went, oh God, what have I done? They're great for a hunting situation, but as far as the range, damn it, as far as the range is concerned, forget it. Yep. I've just got my gun bedded, so I'll see you later. Hello.
Hello, John Cook here from Horse Firearms.
How are you, John?
I'm okay, how are you?
Oh, well, hopefully good.
Fair enough. Okay, mate, that little rifle of yours ready to go.
Ready to go. After all the drama.
Yeah, no problem. So,
Rightio.
She should go okay for you.
Yeah, look, she's accurate, man.
Yeah.
But it's just everything that's attached to it is crap.
Yeah, tell me about it. It was a challenge, that one.
Oh no! Look, I knew it was going to be a challenge, because the first time I took it out of the stock, it was like, what is going on here?
No, it is a real, just an upgrade from the 22, basically.
Yeah, I know. It's a piece of crap,
But anyway,
all right.
She should be rock solid now for you.
No worries, I'll come and see you.
No problem. Catch
Cheers.
you later.
Cheers, bud. Okie dokie, I'm back. I went and picked up, that phone call was my gunsmith telling me that he had finally finished the work on it, pillared and bedded it. Looks like a great job. and I went there, and went straight over to their projectile section to grab some new projectiles. Wanted to get some 25 grain projectiles, and so there's the 25 grain VMAXs, but also this must be some old stock. It's pretty old. It's 17 caliber, 25 grain hollow points, and they actually are hollow points. Yeah, flat based hollow points. So I hadn't seen them before. I'd seen, I didn't know that Hornady had them. They must be old, because I saw that Nosler do a 20 grain hollow point, a 25 grain hollow point. I didn't know they existed. Pardon me. So, excellent. I'll give them a try. In some cases that, you know, are actually loadable. But, yeah, actually, so I picked out those projectiles, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'll get your rifle, David." And then he sees me, and he says, "Oh, John wants to talk to you about the rifle." John being the gunsmith. He's a really good gunsmith, and he's a really nice chap. And I thought, "Oh yeah," and I was thinking, I bet it's not because he wants to thank me for giving him the privilege on working on such a finely crafted rifle. That's sarcasm. It probably would be, "Don't ever bring me garbage like that again." But in any case, he said, "Look, it was a challenge because, yeah," and he said it again, "it's a glorified rimfire." That's probably why that 223 in that magazine was half price. I mean, 17 Hornet, and they actually loaded this in 223, no recoil lug. 17 Hornet, yeah, alright, no recoil lug. 223 still kick. You really do need a recoil lug for a 223, believe it or not. I know some people are going to say, "No, you don't, it's got no kick." Yeah, they do kick. So something interesting he pointed out to me, which I wasn't aware of, is that there's actually 3 pillars, but only 2 of them are action pillars. The other one is purely, because this bottom metal is like, how long is it? It must be about, I don't know, it's as long as the bolt. This bottom metal is about 8 inches long, and so to keep it in, you know, so that everything's flat, you got a screw. This third screw is just to keep the bottom metal flat because it's so long. Plastic, bottom plastic. I keep saying bottom metal. Yeah, but anyway, and then he said to me, this was funny. He said to me, "Oh yeah, you know, I went to work on your trigger." And I said, "Oh yeah, what'd you do? Did you get it down the lighter?" He said, No, I didn't do that. I noticed that the bolt was pulling out." And I said, "Yeah, well, there's nothing you can do about that because it's a rimfire setup and the sear is a trigger stop, the bolt stop. So I got it down to 2.8 ounces. You're not going to, you know, and it still does pull out now and then, but at least it doesn't trip and, you know, and fire when you don't want it to." He said, "I don't know, I fixed that." There's some surface on the trigger or somewhere where he reckons he honed, and then he's going, no, "I fixed that. The bolt won't pull out." And he goes, "Look," yeah, and he pulls it out after about the second second time. And I had a bit of a giggle, and I said, "Yeah, thanks for trying, but you know," and now it won't pull out. So, no. But that was funny. Like, he went, and it just pulled out after about the second time. So that was funny. Yeah, but he reckons it was a hell of a thing to work on, which I'm not surprised because it's just, you know, a really poor design. But it is super accurate, so I'm really happy I got it back. I can't wait. So this Friday, I'm going to hit the range this Friday and load up some of these projectiles, see what the 25 grain projectiles, these 2 different projectiles, how they go. So yeah, I'm really keen to see how this does, because it did have some inconsistency, but there is absolutely no excuse now for inconsistency. Zero excuse. Yeah, even with the dodgy trigger, yeah, there is absolutely no excuse. Alright, there is absolutely, is that bolt handle hitting the stock? No. I don't think so. No. So yeah. you know, those last two groups I did on, these two, I'll show them. Those last two groups, 4 rounds, that's 4 rounds, that's 4 rounds. Man, they're less than 0.2 of an inch. That's incredible. That's just insane. So, I'd really, really like to be able to replicate those groups. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. So, obviously this video has gotten a lot longer than it should have, so I'll say see you later. See you later.